Welcome to this explainer. Today we're going to literally dive into the mechanics of time itself, or, well, at least how we express time using English verb tenses. Because honestly, whether you're just putting together a really simple sentence, or you're trying to pinpoint some highly specific, ongoing action way out in the distant future, tenses are the gears that make our entire language turn. So let's figure out how they work.
Here is our roadmap for today. We've got 1, the present tense, 2, the past tense, and 3, the future tense. We are basically going to follow the exact chronological flow of grammar to see just how incredibly logical this system actually is. And our source material frames this whole journey with this absolutely brilliant piece of imagery. It says, tense symbolizes the ever-moving, non-stop wheel of time, which is forever busy gathering moments of future and throwing them into the dustbin of past. I just love that. It's so poetic, right? So let's see exactly how we build the sentences that capture this non-stop wheel.
Section 1. The present tense. We are starting right here, right now. And to make this super clear, we're going to use a single protagonist throughout this entire explainer, just a woman writing a letter. We'll use her to see exactly how the structural formulas mechanically shift from one tense to another. Okay, so for the simple present, we use our absolute baseline formula. This is what you use to state scientific facts, universal truths, or just stuff you do on a daily basis. So our base example is as simple as it gets. She writes a letter.
Now, what if we want to change that meaning to a negative? We literally just inject the words does not right into the mix. That gives us she does not write a letter. Or, if we want to ask a question, we just pull that word does straight to the front of the sentence, giving us does she not write a letter? Simple, right? Moving on to the present continuous. The real key here is adding is, am, or are alongside a verb ending in ing. This immediately signals that an action is happening right now, in this exact moment. So we say, she is writing a letter. Or to make it negative, you just drop in a not, making it, she is not writing a letter. And check out how the helping verb jumps to the very front when we want to form a question. This tiny structural shift effortlessly allows us to ask, is she writing a letter or is she not writing a letter? The building blocks just rearrange themselves. It's almost like a giant puzzle. Now, the really crucial point is understanding the perfect tenses. You hear that word a lot in grammar. Basically, they link the past directly to a present state that literally just finished. So the present perfect highlights an action that started in the past and has just finished. It's the bridge between what happened then and exactly where we are right now. Applying that logic, our example shifts again. We introduce the word has or have along with the past participle of the verb. So our sentence becomes, she has written a letter. And for the negative form, just drop a not on there. She has not written a letter. But wait, what if the action isn't quite finished yet? Well, that's when we enter the present perfect continuous territory. This tense shows us an action which started in the past, but is actually still continuing today. And we build this one out by stacking the word been alongside our ing verb. This gives us, she has been writing a letter, or, for the negative, she has not been writing a letter. You can almost feel how the duration of the action stretches out when you use the structure, can't you?
Section 2. The past tense. Okay, let's step back in time. Let's see what happens to all our formulas when our moments get thrown into that dustbin of past we talked about earlier.
For completed past actions or past habits, we use the simple past. So our baseline now becomes, she wrote a letter. But watch this really closely. Look what happens when we make it negative or ask a question. That past tense verb wrote mechanically shifts right back to the base verb write the second we introduce the helping verb did. So it changes to, she didn't write a letter, or did she write a letter? It's a really subtle but super important rule.
Now, for an action that was going on at some specific time in the past continuous replaces those present helping verbs is, am, are with was or were. It smoothly transforms our phrase into she was writing a letter. Or if we want to question that ongoing past action, was she writing a letter?
Let's compare these final past forms. The past perfect uses had for actions that were totally completed before another moment in the past. It's kind of like a timeline telling us which action took place first. She had written a letter. Meanwhile, the past perfect continuous adds been for an ongoing action that led right up to a point in the past. She had been writing a letter.
Section 3. The future tense.
As our source material wisely warns us, time and tide wait for no man. So we absolutely must move into the future tense, which covers any period following the moment of speaking or writing.
Now here's a super interesting, kinda subtle rule from the source regarding will versus shall. Normally, shall is used with I and we, while will is used with everybody else. But remarkably, this completely flips if you are making a commitment, warning someone, or emphasizing something. Suddenly, will is used with I and we. I mean, in casual modern speaking, will is basically accepted for everything, but strictly speaking, that structural reversal is a real thing.
So using the general will for our subject, she, the simple future is just a really straightforward construction for an action that hasn't happened yet. She will write a letter. And for a negative, it's just simply, she will not write a letter.
For an ongoing action that we expect to happen in the future, we rely on the future continuous. We're simply inserting the word be and our ing verb into the mix. So let's say we know she's going to be busy tomorrow at noon. We'd say, she will be writing a letter.
Now, the crucial point for the future perfect tense is that it requires an understanding that the action is going to have a definitive finish line in the future. It's not just going to happen. It will be 100% completed by a very particular time. To reflect that completion, the formula automatically incorporates have plus the past participle verb. That gives us, she will have written a letter. For instance, you could say, they will have shifted the house by Sunday morning. The action basically hits a logical conclusion point before another future moment even arrives. And finally, we reach the biggest, most complex structure of all, the future perfect continuous. This describes actions that will commence at a fixed time in the future and continue for some time. But there's a really vital catch here. It absolutely demands a continued time reference to distinguish it from the standard future continuous. Without a time reference, it's literally just future continuous. This builds into our ultimate, grandest formula stack. We've got our subject, plus will or shall, plus have, plus been, plus our original ing verb. She will have been writing a letter. It heavily emphasizes the sheer duration of an activity that'll be in progress before another specific event in the future. It's a mouthful, for sure, but it's incredibly precise.
So, utilizing our final, grandest tense to wrap up this explainer, will you have been mastering these structures long after our wheel of time keeps turning? I know these formulas might seem incredibly mechanical at first glance, but understanding them is exactly what allows you to communicate with absolute, crystal clear precision in your daily life. Whether you're negotiating a future deadline or just clarifying a sequence of past events, these are the tools you use. Thanks so much for letting me explain this to you today, and I will see you next time.